Marcel Jacobs, lane 5, the defending champion.
And they're away cleanly this time, and Marcel Jacobs is into his running. Ali, after that warning, is running well at the moment, but Jacobs being challenged by Glav and Ali. Jacobs, he was under so much pressure over the final 50 metres from Romel Glav. Glav, what a superb run. Season's best for Lamont Marcel Jacobs, and he's hobbling just very slightly. Ali indeed comes through, shaved 600ths of his personal best. Romel Glav just 100th outside of it. He probably didn't have any idea that Ali, 3 lengths to his outside, was coming up so quickly. But it was a great run. So just 400ths of a second covering the 3 medalists. The title is defended by this man with the gold bib, Lamont Marcel Jacobs. And that will be a good confidence boost as he heads towards Paris in 2 months' time.
This evening for me was really important because, you know, I was the European champion. I am the European champion again. A win in front of my people in my town is really incredible. The people here scream my name every single second. So I'm really happy about that. Not really happy about the time, but here in this competition, what counts is the medal. So we win again the gold medal. I'm really happy about that, and now we can more work, improve the time and the technique for the Olympics, of course.
The lineup once again. Kusanemi, Finland, Bakari, Belgium, Mohamed, France, Martinez, Spain, Simonelli, Italy, Joseph, Switzerland, Yopis, Spain, Obasui, Belgium, and on the outside in lane 9, Sikir of Poland.
And they're away this time, and Simonelli gets an excellent start. He's crashing into a few hurdles. Sikir got a good start as well. Now Yopis coming through very strongly to challenge Simonelli. Now it's Simonelli all the way through to the line. Yopis takes silver. Just look at that time. He's taken more than a tenth of a second off his Italian record in the semi-finals. Without doubt, a personal best, I think, for Enrique Yopis, coming through for a surprise silver medal. There you can see it, a European lead, Lorenzo Simonelli by 0.15 of a second. A flying run for the Italian.
These throws were a few minutes ago. 20:51 for Scott Lincoln. That's a really solid opener. And that's even more solid. That is about 21 metres. Heptathlon. Wow. He's going very nicely indeed. What's he been given, Heptathlon? That surely would be the best of this opening round. 20.94 and a season's best. The pole hits the big one at the perfect moment. Fabry leads still with that massive 22.45. A new championship record, by the way, in round 5. Fabry's just had 3 valid throws. 2 of them would have been easily good enough for gold. And that's not bad. That is quite something from Mihailovic. 21.10 in round 1. He really has kept the focus, kept the determination. 21.20, it is better. But Fabry, at 27, has Europe at his feet. He's the World Championship silver medalist. And interestingly, with Paris just a few weeks away, the world record holder from the USA is injured, has a bad elbow injury, and that's another monster from Fabry. Oh, and they're loving it. How inspired are all these kids in the stadium by this display of power. But that from Fabry, 22.45, extends his lead.
Yes, I feel great. I feel great. I feel like I'm in a dream, because winning my first title in Rome in front of the Italian crowd is beautiful. 2 throws over 22, great, great. I was a little bit scared after round 1, because I felt like cramp, and my feeling in warm-up were terrible. But then I was thinking on myself when I was 6, 7, that I started doing athletics. I always dreamed to be European champ, world champ, and Olympic champ. So I was thinking about that child who grew up having big dreams. So yeah, it's bad to say, but I was quite confident on the winning. I had a lot of respect, of course, for the others, but I was in a great shape. So yeah.
So Simon Ehammer, third attempt. Well, he's in the top 8 at the moment, but he's a long way from the medals. That's a big jump, without a doubt. That is a big jump. It's around the 8:30 mark.
That looks more like the athlete we saw yesterday. Look at his face, a smile on his face. That looks to me to be pushing him comfortably into a medal position, which is exactly where he'll want to be.
And it was absolutely spot on the board, wasn't it? Well, bronze at the moment, Fincham-Dukes 8:12, but that's a long way in front of Jakob Fincham-Dukes. Just waiting for confirmation, 8:31.
He says, calm down, here we are, this is fine.
So now you can hear the decibels going up just a little bit here in the Stadio Olimpico. Matteo Felani, very much the poster boy of these championships, on the runway. He's quick, lot of elevation, great height, veers out to the right. That's a good distance.
He shrugs his shoulders as though he says, whatever, that's all right. He did have plenty of room on the board. I'm sure we'll see that in just a second, but the crowd love it. It's a strong start. It's a jump that we could be pretty confident, whatever it is, that's going to get him through to the final 3 jumps. So I would imagine he can push his run forward. He's got 9.2 centimetres of space on the board. That's enough. He could, in this position, move his runway in a tiny little bit. What is it? How far has he gone? 8:38.
No real improvements for most of the athletes during the course of the 5th round, so this is the first, very last attempt in the 5th round for the event leader, Miltiádis Tentóglou. He's quick on the... Oh, what? That is absolutely huge! That is well beyond 8:50. That surely is a new championship record, which he already holds at 8:52. And finally we get a smile.
Well, we saw him disappointed with 8:45, and now we know why. He knew he had something huge in the tank, but how huge is it? His Greek teammate Emmanuel Corrales in the crowd, looking, waiting, watching. How far have you jumped?
Well, his personal best is 8:60. We're still waiting for that figure.
He knows.
8:65, a championship record, a personal best, just 1 centimetre shy of the Greek record. And Miltiádis Tentóglou, well, he's really imposed his authority.
Throughout the competition, I was feeling that I could jump 8:60, a new personal best, but it was really difficult to find my steps in this weird run-up. In the last 2 jumps, I got everything together. I went for it. I gave my best, and 65. Then I talked to my coach. He told me, "Come on, do one more. You can do it," because I wanted to do the national record, which is 66. Yeah, and he told me, "You can do it." I told him, "Coach, I'm very tired. I did 5 jumps, almost 8:50, all of them." He told me, "You can do it. You can do it." And again, I tried my best, but it was the same. Ridiculous. Yeah, I'm very happy, I'm very happy, no problem.
Liliana Sá finding herself being pushed down to 4th place. Let's see if she can try and improve. Just managed to keep those feet inside the circle. Just touching the edge there, discus comes crashing down to the ground. 64.53, so moves her up into 2nd place behind Sandra Elkasević's 67.04. Jorinda van Klinken, final round. Don't forget, she's only 6 centimetres off Liliana Sá in 2nd. She likes it. What is this measurement? Oh, it's fantastic from Jorinda van Klinken. Just what has she done with the final throw of the competition? Well, I said she was ready to respond just in case she was pushed off the podium, but actually she's the one that's gone out on the proverbial attack with the last throw of the dice. Van Klinken waiting for this measurement to come up. It's moved her into silver, 65.99, her best this year. So I'm sure we'll see a great display from the heptathletes, arm in arm, as we typically see, with flags around their neck. What about Sandra Elkasević? She's now the one with the game face on, inside the circle. Great agility, great power, and I'm sure a great ability to start off this competition off so well. Well over 65 metres. And really trying to break records in this competition. Ultimately, no one else had ever won 6 gold medals in the same event, even coming into these championships. But Elkasević, that's her best this year, 67 metres and 4 centimetres.
I'm super happy. I started 2010 in Barcelona. I was pretty young. I was 20 years old, and now 14 years after, 34 years old, in Rome. I'm still here. I'm still competing. I'm still on highest level, and I'm super happy. I was super nervous because everybody thought after 6 gold medals that's enough, and the girls are strong this year. It was like a very long throws all over the world, and I knew that I can beat because I'm mentally strong, but I'm also nervous. I'm also a human, and I know I need to be myself, and a lot of things were happening in past 7 days. So now it's everything good, and I'm happy that I drove with 67, and I'm fortunately not so happy because of my second one. It was even much stronger, but I'm doing too much fast in the end because I think I can throw 75 meters probably. But I think now this is my confirmation that I'm on the right path to the Paris, and I have 2 more months, and I hope I will be even better and representing Europe in the right way in Paris 2024.
So here's Anette Kalin of Switzerland, one of the best long jumpers in this field. She's also entered the individual event. So what's this going to be like for the Swiss athlete? Ooh. Close there on the board, and that looks like a fantastic jump to open up this competition. Well, I suppose someone like her, who's great individually in this event, will be full of confidence.
Absolutely. I think the latest start for the heptathlon this morning will really, really be suiting Anette Kalin. Often the ladies have to get up early to start the long jump on day 2. Oh my goodness, that is a huge personal best for Kalin, 6.82. That puts her in good stead for the individual long jump, but also, crucially, gives her such a huge handful of points.
So, Nafi Thiam, let's see what she's capable of here. Jazz was mentioning there her Belgian national record of 6.86 set in Birmingham 5 years ago. But maybe more realistic with Nafi to look at something closer to her season's best from last year, perhaps. That was 6.59 in Istanbul. Let's see, though.
Well, I think she's done just that. We'll see for an exact mark, but it does look as though she's somewhere near that 6.50 mark. And for anybody with questions about Nafi's fitness, we had no idea where she was at coming into this whole competition. Yesterday she showed us that she is ready to do a heptathlon, and here we're seeing she's in long jump shape too.
Yeah. So, Nafi Thiam, holder of the Belgian record in this individual discipline with 59.32. Tending to be looking at her 2023 season's bests as a better comparison. 52.61 last year in Ruttingen, and that is a big effort. Really, only injury can stop her now. So Thiam looking for a big helping of points going into the 800 metres. 53 metres exactly, worth 918 points. Oriana Lazrak-Klaas has taken to this competition like a duck to water. Personal bests nearly all the way through, apart from when she was only 3 centimetres off it in the long jump. So her PB is 2:12.43 compared to Wits' 2:08.5 that I mentioned. Wits, of course, the world indoor champion, and we know that Katarina Johnson-Thompson and Nafi Thiam weren't there, but yes, Wits, you might say she's overshadowed at times given the quality athlete that she is, taking that opportunity, and now Thiam, the one who can certainly relax in this 800, as she quite often does. Nor Wits, though, is doing everything she can. Lazrak-Klaas will feel as though that gap is massive, but in reality, She is doing what she needs to do, I think, to hold on to silver as Wits comes through in 2:09.3, one of her fastest ever times. But surely that's going to be for the bronze medal. It was a really strong finish for Lasrat Klas. But in front of her, Thiam, winning the European title once again. No doubt, really.
12.5 laps of the track then. And 13 minutes these days is fairly run-of-the-mill, it has to be said. But Jakob Ingebrigtsen starts here as extraordinary favourite. Remember, just beaten by Josh Kerr a couple of weeks back in the Eugene Diamond League meeting over 1 mile, where they both ran 3:45. He's in fabulous form. He's the Olympic champion at 1500. He's double world champion at 5,000 metres. I mean, you run out of superlatives, frankly, to describe Jakob Ingebrigtsen. He can toy with fields these days that are of the highest calibre, except he's a calibre one step higher in just about every race he enters. Ingebrigtsen in the lead at the bell then. They go through there, and the time is going to be slow. Forget about the time. This is a typical championship 5,000 metres. But you know what? The cream always rises to the top. Call it gravity. You can't resist it. And Ingebrigtsen with Mills on his shoulder now. And in Dickelmanai and Lobaloo trying to challenge him. But I feel, and I'd love to be wrong, that they've missed their opportunity. Michal on the inside, trying to run the shortest line. Spanish vests in third and fourth, coming to a tussle with each other. As Ingebrigtsen around the final bend is there to be shot at. But has he got the strength? He's a master tactician. He's a master at winding it up in the last 300 metres. A little glance over his shoulder there. And George Mills, the 3:48 miler indoors, can't go with him as Ingebrigtsen changes gear and moves away. He does have fabulous finishing straight speed. And he covers the last lap now, winning by 10 metres and going away to make it a hat-trick of wins. That last lap I got at 53.6 from Ingebrigtsen, and all the hard running, frankly, coming in the last 250 or so. He winds it up imperceptibly. It's really deceptive. You really can't tell it because he's not a violent, he's not a powerful arm-swinging sprinter. He just gradually turns it up, keeps cranking up the knob and turns the speed on full speed when he hits the home straight.
So you're really putting your neck on the line when you try and predict a 100-metre hurdles race. But Samba-Mayela was terrific in that semi-final. Forster, Visser, Lavin, Samba-Mayela then in lane 5. Skrohovska, defending champion, Samba, Kambunji and Huska in a very exciting final, this one. So decent getaway from Sarah Lavin. Samba-Mayela now in the blue of France, chased down by Skrohovska and chased by Kambunji as well. Tries to hold them off. Kambunji trying to close, but goal for France, and Cyréna Samba-Mayela in 12:31, the fastest time in the world this year, and a phenomenal performance, taking the championship record that had been held since 1986 by Jordana Donkova. It's a 1/10 of a second off the European record, also held by the Bulgarian. That is quite simply sensational from Cyréna Samba-Mayela. Ditaji Kambunji 1 place higher than she was 2 years ago, and Pia Skrohovska, well, in the semi-finals we got a sense that she wasn't quite at her best, but still she's produced her fastest ever time of 12:42.
Well, they're underway. 35 men, 19 laps of this Stadio del Marme, the Stadium of Marble, here in the Foro Italico, and then about another kilometre looping into the stadium. 390 metres roughly on the track. They come in just a little bit in front of the entrance, and then they loop around. Paul McGrath running a solitary race for silver over the final 4 kilometres, but Perseus Karlström, as we've been saying, couldn't go to a better walker, a nicer guy, really loved and applauded throughout the whole of the race walking fraternity. Coming through the line, it's going to be gold in the men's 20 kilometres race walk to Sweden, to Perseus Karlström, unofficially 1:19.14. And yes, as we were talking about earlier, his coach Rob Heffernan is watching. Paul McGrath ambles through the line. A terrific performance from the young Spaniard. We are going to see so much more of McGrath over the years. We saw that before once upon a time. That was a baby Michaela in 64, not in 1960. And huge cheers for Francesco Fortunato. Well, there wasn't going to be a close battle for bronze in the final kilometres. Fortunato, too much ground to make up on McGrath, and had time to just amble to the side and pick up a Italian vest in the meantime.